You've been styled by.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jamil with StyledByMedia TV, and I'm so excited to finally get this channel going. Episode 1 featuring South Orange's very own Greene. San Antonio FC USL soccer player is going to sit down with me and discuss US soccer, quarantine life, and drops tips for high school and college players. So without further ado, let's get started. What things do you look for when you rewatch match footage? Have you ever been amazed at what you've done? What's a bad habit you consistently notice that you need to break out of?
I would say that when I rewatch footage, the first thing that I look for is, I guess, how the team plays, what formation they line up in when they play home or away. Also, I look at the wingers, especially the guys that I'll be playing up against, look at their strengths and weaknesses and things like that, and how I can get the edge on them just by looking at some footage and looking at the trends that they go by, and that helps me out a lot.
What's been the greatest advice given to you personally, and who gave it to you?
My dad. He always tells me to bet on myself, and that goes with just not relying on nobody, and always just relying on yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the only person that's stopping you from getting to where you want to be in life. So if you think you're good, if a certain contract comes up, your worth, only probably do like a 1-year deal, because you outperform that deal and get paid more, things like that. He always encouraged me to bet on myself and just never settle, that type of mentality. So that's one of the greatest advice I've been given from my dad.
What was a deciding moment you wanted to take your game to the next level into college, professionally?
My freshman year, when we played Notre Dame, Seton Hall versus Notre Dame, away, and after that, I had played a really good game. Even though we lost, I had played a good game, and our assistant coach came up to me and he told me that I was being that one of the United States national team scouts at the time, I believe it was Tab Ramos, he was in the crowd, and they just had he had his eye on me. They told me that he was interested, and just basically literally just keeping tabs on me and stuff like that. And from that point on, it gave me like some type of hope, like, hey, maybe I could play for the national team one day, and that kind of lit a fire in me, to be better, and not just be some regular college player. So that was one of the moments that really sparked a change in me. That was in college. As for the professional level, when I was on my first professional team at RGVFC, the coach, he's a very, I would say, militaristic style coach, but he's very credible. But he did tell me that if I had your speed and your athleticism and you mixed it with some technical ability, you'd be rich. He said it straight like that during a video session, and I'll never forget that. That's another thing that keeps my motor going, is the incentives and the monetary part that I could have.
If you could play in any country, league, overseas?
I'd say Premier League. It's the best league in the world, in my opinion. It's just top notch. If I could play there, that would be great. Another place, I guess, would be like Japan, China, that scene. I feel like that culture is just dope over there. I feel like they take care of the players. Other than that, I don't really see anywhere else.
Which player and team do you love watching live?
I love watching Cuadrado, and of course Juventus. He plays with flair, style, charisma. How can you hate the guy? He's just a great guy, great player. I love him.
Who's the best FIFA player you know?
If I did buy it, honestly, I would be the best, so I'm very competitive.
If football wasn't your profession and you had the freedom to choose any career path?
Ooh, I would have chosen probably football or basketball. In all honesty, I have the hands for football. I strongly believe that. When I play defense in soccer, I honestly feel like I play like a cornerback or a defensive back. When they play defense, those are real defenders to me. Soccer defenders, they're smarter. Not smarter, but, you can get away with a lot of stuff if you're not fast and athletic, But football, I like the aggressiveness of it and reading of the game. So I would probably lean more to football. Obviously, I'll bulk up and stuff like that, but yeah, I'll lean more towards football.
The most frustrating match you've ever been a part of?
My first year at RGVFC when we played LA Galaxy 2 at home. I was wearing these Adidas, it was like the green and black. It was like green outsole, outer sole. I forgot the name of those cleats, but I believe it was in 2016, so look up some green cleats during that time with the sock on it. I felt like I was running in quicksand that game, and I felt like every long ball that got over my head, I was getting like burnt. I was getting burnt, and I hate that feeling. So I felt like that was the most frustrating game for me. And I vowed to never wear those cleats ever again.
Thoughts on coaching, managing one day?
As a profession, no. It's too stressful. I mean, I love the game, but it's too stressful to...
Most devastating loss in your career to date?
Man. When we made playoffs at RGV, my first year. And yeah, we were like the favorites. Like, we finished second that year in the West. We played it was the opening round in playoffs against OKC at home. We were expected to just beat this team, and we were I believe we're up, probably, I think we're up by like 2 at one point, but they just ended up coming back like off a long throw to put us away, and that they had, and it chipped our goalie. It was just devastating. I couldn't believe it. That day was just, yes, it was just bad.
Tell me about the soccer scene in San Antonio.
You got some passionate fans there. It's nice. I like it. It's cool. Stadium is nice. Grass is very nice. We got some rowdy fans. They're very passionate. Yeah, they just want to see us back in the playoffs. In all honesty, they're passionate people. The hardworking people. They just want to see us make playoffs. Love the fans.
What does the future hold for U.S. soccer?
I see this debate all the time. Send the best players to Europe. Let them develop over there. They're far more better off over there in Europe. I believe they'll come back better, more advanced than over here in the U.S.
Thoughts on the new MLS Youth Academy teams?
I don't know. I haven't even seen them really play. I hear about the little tournaments that they have, but MLS has their academy system, to bring up some homegrowns. It's a great opportunity for the kids coming up in them, but other than that, I don't know much about them.
Any recommendations for high school players looking to play college soccer and beyond?
I'll just say, if you're in high school, just to work hard, train hard. If you really want to play in college, play for an academy. That's the one thing. Play for an academy, a well-known academy. That way you're more likely to get scouted by the big D1 colleges, because that's all they go to is the big academy showcases. That's one thing. Play for a big-time academy. That's for sure. That's my main advice.
Tips for college-bound players?
Create your highlight tape. Make sure it's good quality. Go to as many showcases as you can. Play for an academy that gives you the best exposure, plays in the top competitions nationwide. That will give you your best exposure, and make sure you reach out and follow up to these different schools and coaches, and I'm sure you'll get a call back.
Biggest differences between the college and professional game?
Ooh, college soccer is honestly a big fitness test to me. You know, it's a lot of running, you know, a lot of athletic guys, a lot of, you know, it's just a lot of running, not much technical, very physical, and, you know, that type of style. Club, you know, is a little bit more finesse, quality players around you, depending on academy team or club team you're on. Even club soccer is probably more competitive. I mean, it depends on your club team. College has their big teams that like to play. Just the whole athletic standpoint and how physical it is and how much running you do is.
Any injuries? How did you bounce back?
I had a big injury 2018 towards the end of the season where I went in on a bad tackle. Like I went high on a tackle and I actually got the worst out of it and kind of messed up my knee. I should have got a red card for that tackle, by the way. But I couldn't continue on playing after that tackle. MRI said that I had to possibly, I guess I had a torn meniscus, LCL possibly. They had to actually open my knee up to actually confirm that. Luckily, I guess it was just a piece of my meniscus that just needed to be shaved down. During that time period, I looked up a lot of athletes that had the injury, how they have bounced back, you know, stories like that, and how they've even had better seasons after that injury. You know, so that stuff helped propel me and keep me going and motivated to get back on the field.
Is college necessary to go pro?
No, you do not have to go to college to go pro. These MLS teams are signing guys who are 13, 14, 15. You know, Europe clubs are signing guys as young as that. No, you do not have to go to college in order to play pro. But make sure you are legit if you're going to go straight to the pros. Because if you get hurt and you have no education to fall back on, that is a problem.
Should U.S. soccer adopt relegation systems used in leagues overseas?
I do believe that creating a relegation system would benefit the league and create more competition. Also, not having every team in the league sponsored by Adidas. The jerseys are, like, the fans don't like the jerseys. I see them release the leaks of the pictures of the jerseys, and I read the comments and I see the pictures of the jerseys myself, and I'm just like, sometimes it just looks like a white t-shirt with 3 lines on it, and it's bad to watch. So
You've been styled by